The Brahmin, the Tiger, and the Jackal. Once upon a time, a tiger was caught in a trap. He tried in vain to get out through the bars, and rolled and bit with rage and grief when he failed. By chance a poor Brahmin came by.
Let me out of this cage, O Holy One.
Nah, my friend. You would probably eat me if I did.
Not at all. On the contrary, I should be forever grateful and serve you as a slave.
Now when the tiger sobbed inside and wept and swore, the good Brahman's heart softened, and at last he consented to open the door of the cage. Out popped the tiger, and, seizing the poor man.
What a fool you are. What is to prevent my eating you now? For after being cooped up so long, I am just terribly hungry.
In vain the Brahmin pleaded for his life. At last the tiger agreed that if the Brahmin could ask 3 things to judge whether or not the tiger was treating him unfairly. If one of them would say that he should keep his life, then the tiger would not eat him, but would let him go. So the Brahmin first asked a pipal tree what it thought of the matter, but the pipal tree replied coldly,
"What have you to complain about? Don't I give shade and shelter to everyone who passes by, and don't they return my kindness by tearing down my branches to feed their cattle? Don't whimper, be a man."
Then the Brahmin, sad at heart, went further afield till he saw a buffalo turning a well wheel, but he got no better result, for it answered,
You are a fool to expect gratitude. Look at me. When I gave milk, the people fed me on cotton seed and all cake, but now I am dry, they tie me here and give me their rubbish for food.
The Brahmin, still more sad, asked the road to give him its opinion.
How foolish you are to expect anything else. Here am I, useful to everybody, yet all, rich and poor, great and small, trample on me as they go past.
At this the Brahmin turned back sorrowfully, and on the way he met a jackal, who called out,
"Why, what's the matter, Mr. Brahmin? You look as miserable as a fish out of water."
The Brahmin told him all that had happened.
How very confusing. Would you mind telling me over again, for everything has got so mixed up?
The Brahmin told it all over again, but the jackal shook his head in a distracted sort of way, and still could not understand.
It's very odd, but it all seems to go in at one ear and out at the other. I will go to the place where it all happened, and then perhaps I shall be able to give a judgment.
So they returned to the cage, by which the tiger was waiting for the Brahmin, and sharpening his teeth and claws.
You've been away a long time. But now let us begin our dinner.
Give me 5 minutes, my lord, he pleaded, in order that I may explain matters to the jackal here, who is somewhat slow in his wits. The tiger consented, and the Brahmin began the whole story over again, not missing a single detail, and spinning as long a yarn as possible.
Oh, my poor brain. Oh, my poor brain. Let me see. How did it all begin? You were in the cage, and the tiger came walking by.
What a fool you are. I was in the cage.
Of course, yes. I was in the cage, no I wasn't, dear. Dear, where are my wits? Let me see, the tiger was in the Brahmin, and the cage came walking by, no, that's not it, either. Well, don't mind me, but begin your dinner, for I shall never understand.
Yes, you shall. I'll make you understand. Look here, I am the tiger. And that is the Brahmin, and that is the cage, and I was in the cage. Do you understand?
Yes, no, please, my lord, well? Please, my lord, how did you get in? How? Why, in the usual way, of course.
At this the tiger lost patience, and, jumping into the cage, and said,
This way. Now do you understand how it was?
Perfectly. And if you will permit me to say so, I think matters will remain as they were.
And that's the story of how the jackal helped the Brahmin escape from the tiger. Moral of the story is any judgment should always be given after due thought.